I'm Pat Ware, and this is a full weekend in Asheville, North Carolina. I arrived downtown late on Friday night. I couldn't resist witnessing the magic of one of Asheville's most iconic traditions. This was just the beginning of my weekend adventure. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina this weekend, and I am starting my day here going to Sunny Point Cafe, a well-known breakfast spot, to get the full southern dining experience. And then after that, I'm going to do a series of hikes, a series of shorter hikes, and then later on we'll probably go to the art district. It's important to get to Sunny Point early, because it turns out that the stronger the vibes, the longer the lines. Hanging out here feels like a deep tissue massage for your brain. The vibrant colors, an impressive array of plants and flowers, and of course, on this particular day, the smooth strumming from Addie the Monk. Overall, Sunny Point Cafe is a fantastic way to start your day. The food was amazing and I felt relaxed and ready to take on a busy itinerary. And with that being said, the next stop is Pisgah National Forest. Here I will be visiting 5 points of destination. And luckily, all these places are relatively close to each other. First, we have 2 waterfalls, Looking Glass Falls and Moore Cove Falls. These 2 parking areas are literally only 3 minutes from each other, so you don't need much time to cover them both. In my opinion, Looking Glass is probably the better looking and more picture-friendly waterfall, especially if you're doing something like long exposures. Moore Cove is a little more of a hike with some incline, but at 1.2 miles it's very doable for the average hiker. From Moore Cove, you might find that it is worth it to check out Sliding Rock. Sliding Rock is a 60-foot natural water slide that ends in an 8-foot deep pool of water. As you can imagine, it's a ton of fun and a hot spot for families and kids to get their daily adrenaline boost. It costs only $5 per person to enter.
Hi, welcome to the Cradle of Forestry. This is the location of the very first forestry school here in the United States, established back in the 1890s. Here we have 3 trails. The trails are all paved. On the trails you find some of the historic buildings that were here when the school was here. We also have an indoor museum that talks about forestry and forest management. We also have a 30-minute film that talks about Dr. Shank and how he started the forestry school here with Mr. Vanderbilt's money. We also have a gift shop where I ask you to start your experience, take care of your admission, and we'll get you out on a trail.
Alright, so I just got done visiting the Cradle of Forestry, and that was actually really awesome. I didn't know what to expect, but it far exceeded my expectations. I mean, the people there were really nice. It only cost $6, and you get to kind of visit, different monuments and buildings from like the 1800s when the forestry school was opened, and there's like a museum and a gift shop and things like that, and it was a cool little experience. So the next thing I'm going to do is head to the Mount Pisgah trailhead. I think the hike is around 4.5 miles, and that'll be my last hike of the day. Hopefully we see some really cool mountain views and get one last good hike in, and after that I'll probably head back to the hotel, freshen up, and then head to the art district, because that's another thing I feel like I have to see while I'm in Asheville. As you can see, there's a fair amount of haze over the mountains. I guess the air quality is kind of iffy, but I feel okay, and we're gonna hike up this mountain and just do it anyway. So I feel like when people are gonna see this, they're gonna be like, "You went to Asheville and you didn't see the Biltmore Estate?" Honestly, the budget for this trip was around $7, so I think I'm just gonna stick to hiking and sightseeing and possibly beer drinking. Once you reach this tower, you know you've made it to the top. Overall, Mount Pisgah was sort of underwhelming. The hike was cool and pretty challenging, but unfortunately the views were a bit obstructed and no better than any of the views you can get while just driving through the forest. If you're looking for something with more stunning, panoramic views, I recommend heading over to Craggy Pinnacle Trail, which I visit later in this video. The last place I went to on Saturday was the River Arts District. This place is flooded with galleries and working art studios located in several different industrial buildings. French Broad River is about a mile long and has creative workshops everywhere you look. I ended up at Wedge Studios, where there is an amazing 4 levels of art studios and is home to one of Asheville's most popular breweries. All right, good morning. Today is day 2 in Asheville. The first day was awesome. I fit a good amount of stuff in, did some hiking and some sightseeing, so that was really good. Definitely feeling the exhaustion today, so I'm probably going to take it a little easier today. But one of my main goals for today was to go to the Nature Center, the Western North Carolina Nature Center, to hopefully get some good shots of wildlife. So that's where I'm headed now. Hoping to see some black bears and some other animals. So I'm super excited about that, and we'll see how it goes. One of the last places I visited was the North Carolina Arboretum. This is one of those places you can become quickly immersed in nature and feel like you're living straight out of a fiction novel, with epic scenery and even ambient music playing in the background. My last stop before heading back home was Craggy Pinnacle Trail. This was an absolutely perfect way to end an overall amazing tour through Asheville. For a hike that is less than a mile to the top, this summit offers some of the most beautiful panoramic views of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
I am walking down from Craggy Pinnacle Overlook, and it was absolutely incredible up there. 360 views. Got some really good time lapses and talked to some really nice North Carolina people. I swear everyone here is just like super chill and super nice, and that's really cool. Unfortunately, this does conclude my trip. It's been a blast taking you guys around Asheville this weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.